All right, guys, so I'm Teareney Pettigrew, and I'm going to talk about my internship here at Wiedmayer and Company. So I'm going to talk about how I got it, what the company does, and a few key takeaways and my responsibilities with it. So I found out about the internship through Handshake. Shout out to Aaron. I took senior transitions, and we were required to fill out internship applications. I came across Wiedmeyer and Company, and they reviewed my resume. I got the interview, and I got the job. The company itself is a real estate firm. It specializes mainly in commercial properties. It was founded in 2004 by the current CEO, Ryan Wiedmeyer. It's independently owned, going 16 years strong. Located off of Claremont, so it's pretty local, about 10 to 15 minutes from Oglethorpe University. And the company itself resides in one of our properties that we manage called Phoenix Blackstone. Our office space is fairly small. It's pretty efficient. We have cubicle spaces. It's a 7 to 8 member team. And it's a small kitchen space that's really convenient for us to snack on and take breaks. And there's a small lobby for our guests and clients to wait. I was really unfortunate to get pictures before COVID-19. So my initial duties starting off with the company was pretty basic. I would file documents, answer and transfer phone calls, and every now and then my supervisor, as well as the financial controller of the company, Joe, would give me Excel spreadsheet tasks here and there. I would also go to the post office to pick up mail for the initial office manager, Jen. I would record entries in the general ledger to make sure things were accordingly. As far as the mail, I would make sure it was open with checks and invoices that were to be put in the system. And I did bank reconciliations. In reality, I really wanted to do much more. I wanted to be more in the loop and just something bigger with the company. And eventually I did get that break. So when the tax year ended, I had the opportunity to do 1099s. And 1099s are basically for vendors who render services for the company over the amount of 600. And you have to do them every year. It was a hot mess because neither I or Jen knew what we were doing. But we did get it done. We processed the 1099s and it was good. Eventually there was a transition because the office manager, Jen, she had to leave. She resigned and got an offer with very short notice. And rather than the office finding a replacement, those responsibilities got put on me. Willingly and unwillingly, I accepted it. It's really fun. I received 6 months of training in 2 days. As office manager, about 60% of my job is accounting. I'm responsible for receivables. I have to record and deposit the checks into our system. Our IT system is called Yardi. Payables, I have to record invoices and print checks for the vendors to receive and go over financials. I also, like I said, I still go into the general ledger. I have to make the appropriate entries for whatever it is to keep the financials balanced. I'm in charge of property management fees for each property, and I still do bank reconciliations. As far as the real estate and leasing aspect, it's about 20% of my job. I have to keep track of all of the leases that come in. I have to know and understand all of the terms so that they are in the system. I have to know about the tenant improvements needed for each tenant moving into the space. And I'm always in charge of the rent roll and keeping track of that as well. And the office organization part is about 10%. I still do the basic tasks of filing and answering, transferring phone calls. I keep track of employee hours, including myself because I'm not on salary yet. I'm still hourly. And I order things on Amazon if needed for the office. The best part of my position is that I'm in the loop. Everything goes through me. I'm kind of like the middleman. It can be stressful because, I'm still in school and having to manage that, but it's also really fun growing through my position. And so I have to communicate with everyone on the team. So now with COVID-19 being in effect, we switched from from working in the office to home, and that's basically where I am now. It's not easy. Joe and I have a daily routine where we call each other first thing in the morning, and we set out a plan, and he goes to the office for about 2 to 4 hours a day to scan things, print checks, or whatever it is that he needs to do, and I can access the system from anywhere. Um, my future plans for the company right now, I do intend to stay. Like I said, I have received an offer, and my salary does kick into effect after graduation. So I'm really excited about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Some key takeaways that I've learned is I found it to be very important that I go in wanting to know more and not, it's very easy to think that, you can do things and you probably have it under control, but you don't. So just go into it knowing that you don't know a lot and being able to make mistakes is okay. I like exploring the opportunity to grow through a small company. It's not very big. And I think there's an advantage of working with people. CEO is right there in the office. That's pretty cool. Emotional intelligence, being considerate and just being aware of yourself as well as others. It's not popular, but it is possible. Would I recommend this internship? I would. I think it worked for me because, like I said, with it being a very small company, I was able to explore my options and grow fairly fast, faster than I pretty much expected. It's not the big four, so if that's kind of what you're looking for, you don't really get that competitive atmosphere. But like I said, if you're looking for a place to grow, then it can be appropriate for you. General internship advice I would give you, just go in wanting to learn as much as possible. Be observant and be humble. Like I said, you don't know everything, so just take that into consideration and, you'll definitely get there. Thank you guys. And if you have any questions.
Yes, Dean Kelly has a question, and the question are there any changes or additions to the business accounting courses you recommend as a result of what you learned during your internship?
Honestly, every aspect of accounting is very, very important. I'm not even much of a tax person, but even having that background is very important to my job. So just keeping an open mind and learning those classroom skills so that you can put those into actual work when you get into the real world. It's very, very important.